Welcome back to the channel.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today?
Well, I just got done doing 100 words on Anki, so after this video, I'm probably gonna do 100 more.
100
How are you
words or 100
doing?
cards?
100 cards, sorry, 100 cards.
I'm doing good. Can't complain today.
Yeah?
Yeah, so let's get into this
Did you read
video.
any articles today?
Read some. Not too many though. So,
That's good.
so let's get into it. So today we're gonna be talking about three amazing tips on how to get organized before next semester and before your finals, since finals are coming up soon. So being
Yeah,
organized for your
so
finals is super important.
by the
So
time this video gets posted, which will be tomorrow, well, um, it will it'll be like one more week and then finals are coming up. So for all of you getting ready for finals,
it'll help you. So the first tip I have today is daily notes. So I recommend doing this at night, like before you go to for the next day at night. So basically, like do like a to-do list on like a sticky note or really any kind of note card or something like that. And basically put everything on it that's important for that for the next day or today. Have you used this technique?
I've actually never done that.
Really?
No. Yeah,
I started it for my online class and it helps a lot, especially like when your
really.
subconscious mind like thinks about while you're sleeping. So it's like, oh yeah, I need to get that done, and you're more likely to get it done. But something I learned to do is to actually put on it like stuff like exercising too, so you don't forget to do that because that's pretty important too instead of being just working all day.
Oh yeah, 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 for sure.
So like put your water goals for the day on it, put like your exercise goals. Remind
I
yourself to
do
take
like
mental
a
breaks too.
I do a to-do list, so maybe
It's similar.
similar.
It's very similar, yeah.
Right.
It is like putting like a sticky note like on iPhone or like the Windows app sticky notes. Since I'm on my computer all day, I see that sticky note literally all day long, so it helps me.
If you are in the computer all day, remember just how I tell Zach to always get up from the chair, walk around, stretch,
Yeah,
not stay like
my Apple Watch yells at me, so
yeah, yeah. Don't be sitting all day without breaks. Stretch those legs.
it's a pretty simple tip, but it should help you, especially with finals, get your life together a little bit. So the next tip is text yourself reminders. Have you done this?
Yeah. I actually just put the reminders on my calendar.
Okay.
So it just vibrates whenever the reminder pops up. So I do like 30 minutes or 1 hour before I need to do something reminders. So I have a reminder like every day at 4 o'clock. It texts me, be like, "Did you study today for the MCAT? Like, did you have to like, did you do, did you study your weakest points for organic chemistry? Did you study physics? Did you study biochemistry for the MCAT?" So I get two reminders a day. Like, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? So it can be kind of like, stressful sometimes, but
I'm very bad at actually using reminders, so like
really,
I found this tip actually recently where I just text myself, and if I see a text, I want to respond to it, but I'm like, wait, that's myself, so I can't really respond to it. So I'm like, oh, that's what I have to do today. I'm very good at like ignoring reminders though. Like if used to set reminders for MCAT, and like I always ignore them, but like, oh, I don't need to do that. I'll say I do it so it shuts up, you know.
right, right.
But
Just
you always have your phone on you though, so if you text yourself something while you're in town, like before you leave or something, like, oh, I need to do 500 flashcards today.
you've actually texted yourself.
Yeah, I do it just so I have on my phone all the time if I'm like moving around.
I usually just write it on my notes app, like if I have to do something.
See, I'm always open text more than notes, and so I just text myself reminders throughout the day, like, oh, I just need to do that, do that, do that. Like grocery list, I'll text myself a groceries list instead of setting a
Really
note. Yeah, that's weird.
nice. I still write it down on my notes, or sometimes I just like write it down on a piece of paper.
I've been doing memory palace techniques and stuff in the Palace of Loci, and so like,
Ah, yes,
so I've been
yes.
experimenting with those now. So like, my memory's improving a lot. So I usually don't write down anything
Really.
anymore.
All right, let's talk about the memory palace after this video. I really wanna like get mine really, really strong.
It's hard to do, but once you do it, it's pretty good. But let's go to the next tip. So that is stick to one browser. Do you have an issue with this or no?
I actually do because whenever so I downloaded the MCATs. I think was it you or somebody else posted that they were giving up the free books for the MCAT or whatever
Yeah, I
for
sent you that.
the one, yeah, for the one company. So I like downloaded all the books right away. I emailed them to myself and everything. But the problem is when I access them, the Internet Explorer browser, like the new, pops up, and
Like
that's how it
Edge.
opens. Yeah, that's how it opens to the PDF. And I know I can change it, but I prefer not to. So I'm going between Chrome and Internet Explorer. Between, I mean, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, Edge is a pretty good browser. I've been having this problem recently because I used to use Safari on iPhone. You can't really block ads anymore right now with it, and so I stopped using Safari. So all my passwords stored in there. I don't use it anymore. Now I use Chrome for a bit, but then Chrome drains your battery so much, so I stopped using Chrome.
Really, I use Chrome all the time in my
It drains
iPhone.
your battery a lot. It's
Really, I
one
didn't
of the
know
worst
that.
ones. Microsoft Edge is actually probably the best one, other than
Microsoft
Brave.
Edge.
The new Microsoft Edge, I highly
Yeah,
recommend it. It's kind of like Chrome because you can't have add-ons on it, which is good. But it also is like the ad block actually works. So,
yes,
and then I also use
yes.
Brave. Brave is really good as well.
There are some browsers that are like environmental browsers. My girlfriend uses one. Um, uh, she she does this. She has a browser, and I think whenever you search through the browser, I think it donates some money to, I think, planting trees or something, I believe. So there are some different browsers out there that you can use. Just be careful, to make sure that you do your research. Make sure that it's not like a weird, sketchy browser.
Some are better than
Unless,
others too, so keep
yeah,
that in mind.
unless you're that kind of person that always uses DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo is pretty good. I used to use it too, but then again, all my passwords stored in different browsers, so it's like, oh, I don't remember my password for this website. Let me go
I
through all my browsers now and find
I
that.
don't I don't I don't think you should store them in a browser. I think you should store them in your head and your memory palace.
I have too many passwords.
Well, yeah, you should have many different kinds, not just the same one. My one friend has the same password for everything, but like you don't want to have that. And I don't think you should store them in different browsers. You should store them in your head or something. I
They're
don't
all
know.
30 characters long, very complex ones.
What?
Yes, I take my passwords very seriously.
Very okay. Like no, that's no. No. What if I'm like trying to log? Okay, so it happened to me before trying to log into a different airport when I was traveling. I'm not putting in 30 different characters. I'm typing in my short password.
Yeah, I do like
That's
a lot of tests where like test the strength of your password. I'm like, yeah, it'll take you a couple million billion years to hack this. So
not really, honestly. Not really. Just be wary of the phishing links that sends you quizzes
yeah,
to answer different questions.
but yeah, that's why I try and like put everything in the same browser now. It's a long work in progress, but
Yeah.
and then your
I
favorites
bet.
too. Like I have some favorites in Chrome which I use all the time. I'm like, wait, what was that website called again?
Oh, well,
If
just bookmark them. Yeah, I have them all bookmarked.
Yeah, but then I use Edge now, so I have to go back to Chrome, find the
Oh,
website, and
yes,
then
yes.
go put it in Edge. And I'm like, this happens all the time too.
But like, okay, so we are Windows people. So like, let's talk about Apple people.
I'm Apple
Like,
people though.
okay, so you use Chrome and Apple too, and like, you don't use the Safari.
Again, as I go back to my main point, Safari is my main browser, but the ad block doesn't work right now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It does
Well,
not
I'm not.
work.
I don't have a MacBook, so I don't know how to use that computer.
So like Edge is like my browser of choice right now, just because it doesn't drain your battery. It works really fast. It's like Chrome, but it doesn't drain your battery like Chrome does. So browser of choice right now.
Hmm.
And you can earn if you use Blang, you can Blang, whatever it's called. You can learn like Microsoft points.
Oh, Bling. Yeah, no, I
It
don't use
sucks.
that one.
Its search engine really sucks because it searches I think most recent stuff instead of like the best stuff like Google does.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't do SEO and all that fun stuff. So, and then we have one more tip. It's a bonus tip, and that's schedule important things you need to do in a calendar app the night before. Kind of like what you do with your reminders, like you put it in a calendar type thing.
Yeah.
It just
But
so
I do.
what'd you say?
Go ahead.
You go.
I do it like right on the moment.
Nah. Okay.
I like so if I have to write something down, like I don't write it in a piece of paper or like my notebook when I was in class and then put it in my calendar. Like as soon as the professor is saying, or like I have an event or a tournament or like sports events or whatever, I write it down like right away in the calendar app. Like as soon as the person is like, "Yo, let's meet up this time," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, let's figure out later." Now I'm like, "Now, let's figure out right now." And let me put it in the calendar because my calendar will fill up.
That's usually what I do too. But when you schedule stuff, though, there's different types of ways you can do it. You can schedule it by the minute, like Elon Musk does, which is
Uh,
really insane.
time boxing.
You can do it that
Five
way.
minutes. 5 minutes each. Yeah.
It's rough. I tried it. I can't. I'm not very
Have
strict
you
with timing like
really?
that. I can do hours. So if I say I'm gonna do something for like this amount of time and I get done sooner, that's cool. I have some free time then. But I don't do it by minutes. I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't do hours. I do like 15 to 20 minute increments. I can do that. That's my shortest time boxing that I can possibly do. 5 minutes. I don't know how he does it though.
I mean, he's so busy though,
Yeah.
so I just do hours. So if someone gets done early, I'm like, oh, I got extra free time, guys. Let me go play a video game for like 10 minutes. Till
Yeah,
the next
but
event.
again, he has tried this for a long time. Like I've only tried it for a day, and then I was like, I can't do this. So like, I should probably give it like a good month of trying it, and then I'll get back to you.
I tried for a month and just was just chilling pretty much, and I couldn't do it.
Really?
Like I tried with the MCAT
Okay.
schedule and trying to just schedule it down to every minute, pretty much. Every 5 to 10 minutes, I think was my interval for that, and it didn't work.
Do you
So
use your calendar app?
I do. I use Google Calendar because it syncs really well with Windows and Apple, and so
Sometimes. I don't know. It's for me. It's complicated. I have an Apple phone, so
I did too. And
it's kind of annoying to use the Google Calendar.
it works fine for me. So I don't know. It's just random.
Yeah, definitely. Some people have their little nicks that they prefer to do.
We can color code Google though, which I love. You can't do that on Apple, which sucks.
Yeah, yep, that's
The
true.
color coding I love. I love seeing colors. I'm very visual. So,
Yeah.
and that's it for this video, guys. So
All
we'll,
right.
we'll see you in the next
That
one.
was an awesome conversation. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.